Hey everybody, welcome back to Sensei Steve Says, hosted by Shiage Do Martial Arts. Today we're going to do our Monday workout, and it's going to be a chest and upper body workout. I got some fun stuff for you. We're going to start off with some push-ups. So we're going to do 2 sets of 10 regular push-ups, followed by 2 sets of 10 diamond push-ups. And in between, we're just going to take about 10 to 15 seconds, stretch it out, shake it out, get right back into it. Okay? So just nice and easy sets of 10. So 10 regular push-ups, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out. Now you can switch between diamonds and regulars if you'd like. I'm going to do 2 sets of regulars and then 2 sets of diamonds. All right, get back into it. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now for these diamond push-ups, you can do them one of 2 ways. You can put them in front of your face, or your hands in front of your face, or you're working more of your triceps, or you can bring them down here. More of your back, or you can bring them down here, keep your elbows low, or you're working more of your triceps, where it's more in front of your shoulder plex. So those are the ones I'm going to do. Again, we're going to do them in sets of 10. The lower you go and the closer you get your hands, the more you get out of these. So we're going to do our best. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake them out. And one last set. Getting right into it. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So after you're done with those, we're going to go right into some neck isometrics. Now with these, all you need is just a towel. Alright? And the trick to isometrics is you're providing your own resistance. So if something's too hard, lighten it up. Alright? Now you got to be careful with your neck, because obviously it's really easy to tweak something, but this is how you make your neck stronger so that it's harder to tweak things. Okay? So what we're going to do is a set of neck isometrics. So you're going to put this on the back of your head, pulling it forward, and what you're going to do is you're going to let it rock down, providing resistance with your neck. Hold it, count of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to push up. Hold it up at the top, count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do 3 on the top and 3 at the bottom. So we bring it back down, nice and slow. Transitions, 3, 4, 5, and back up. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's halfway done. Let's get the last one in. Pull it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, pulling up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. All right, so you can do this with a towel, a t-shirt, or whatever. But as you're doing this, you should feel in the back of your neck. You should get some strength to be able to do nods. Okay. Another way of doing this, things that I've seen done, are getting like the resistance bands hung up, like in a doorway or whatever. You tie it to a pull-up bar, and then you can push down to strengthen your front muscles. Your neck muscles, as I talked about in our targeting video, directly affect, like the bulk of your neck muscles directly affect how some of your targets present. It also, if you do like judo, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, or any of like the ground fighting, your neck muscles are super important, because they're going to be, you actually use your head as a kickstand or whatever, as part of the techniques that you're doing. So that one's super important. The next one we're going to do is some presses. Now, I don't happen to have a spot here, so I went a little bit lighter. This is 90 pounds. But if you don't have a bench, that's fine. You can work with a backpack full of books. You could get some things of concrete, some bags of concrete, and just have them as bags. You can do bags of dirt, whatever. And all you're going to do is just going to lay on your back, and we're going to pound a couple of these out. So for these, again, because I don't have a spot, I want a little bit lighter, but I'm also, the way that I'm going to do this is a little bit different. So if you're working out by yourself, remember that you don't want to push yourself as hard as you can when you're by yourself, because that's where you can get into some trouble, where if you push yourself to exhaustion and you can't get up from under it. I picked my bigger weights. These are my 25-pound ring weights. Unfortunately for me, with the COVID and everything, the pandemic, I can't get to the gym where I can get at my real weights. I don't have my bar where you can lock it into it. So all I've got is my metal bow and my ring weights. So you're making do with what you got, all right? So what we're gonna do is sets of presses, 4 sets of 8. So when I'm doing this, what I'm gonna do is I'm just setting my elbows on the floor. So this is my down point, and this I can hold forever. Even if this weight was significantly more than what I can push up, I can hold it here balanced on my arms forever. But we're gonna do sets of 8. So, keeping good form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest at the bottom. Count to 10. And back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back at the bottom. We're halfway. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to roll this forward onto my abs. I'm going to hold it on my abs for a minute. Right? Stretch my arms out. Pick my feet up. Right? Try to keep this balanced. Just doing this for a count of 10. And then back into the presses. 4, 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Give yourself some rest. And then back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. The next thing we're going to do is some tricep push-ups. So for tricep push-ups, all you need is a couch or a chair. I'm going to do it with the chair. For tricep dips, you can either do them on like a couch or on a chair. I suggest doing them on a chair just because the harder surface makes it a little bit easier to keep your grip, but use whatever you got. The trick with tricep dips is the farther out you put your feet, the more resistance you're going to have. So if your legs are straight, you're going to have more resistance. If they're in close, you're going to have less resistance. So work with yourself and to figure out what you can do. But we're going to do 4 sets of 8 with a break in the middle. So from here, all we're going to do is kick your feet out and bring it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. It's kind of like a body plank here, holding this position, and we go right back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's half. We're going to shake it out. We're going to do the same thing. 8, hold, and then 8 to finish. All right, so shake it out. Get yourself ready. you're going to take about 20 to 30 seconds rest, depending on how much of your max this is actually touching. The closer you get to your max, the more rest you want to give yourself. If you are breezing through this, you'll need less rest. If you're struggling with this, give yourself a little bit more rest, but make sure you stick through it to the end. All right, so back in it, and we're off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. That's all we'll need the chair for this, so you can go ahead and put that away. The next thing we're going to do is a one-arm row. For me, I was lucky enough to get to Walmart. My local Walmart's been sold out of weights since day one of this pandemic. However, I check every time I go there, and I managed to pick up one at a time, but some kettlebells, some ring weights, a couple things just to give myself a little bit more resistance. I happened to get this one this week. It's a 35-pound kettlebell. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that, but for now, we're going to do some one-arm rows. So for these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a good hold of my weight. I'm going to lean forward at the waist. I'm going to bring my hand back to a chamber. So it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, and we're doing sets of 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to switch sides. Same thing. This gives my one side the rest so I can kind of blast through these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Don't let the weight swing. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And last arm, last side. Let's do it. Good strong ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Almost there. We got one last set of exercise, and that's going to be our curls. Now for curls, you can use literally whatever you got. If you got a backpack and you're holding on to the handles because you're filled it with books or whatever, you can do it that way. If you want to use ring weights, use ring weights. I'm going to use my bar with a couple weights on it, but we're going to do 3 sets of 10. Now for these, this is the last heavy exercise we're doing, so feel free to push yourself a little bit to get these done in terms of how much weight you're putting on there. Now, one of the things I really like about working out at home, one of the things that's worked out well for me, is the propensity to ego lift goes away, right? So if you go to a gym, and everybody knows this, right? You're sitting next to a guy, and obviously this guy's there all the time. He works out a lot, but he's got 80-pound dumbbells, 100-pound dumbbells, and he's just sitting there cranking out, curls or whatever. And you're like, all right, I see you, right? And you try to push yourself a little bit harder, right? Which is all well and good to push yourself, but not necessarily to say, oh, I can do that too. Grab something that's way too heavy for where you're at, your progress level, and then you end up hurting yourself. The time that you take to recover from an injury is time that you can't be training. So keep that in mind. Don't push yourself too hard, right? But if you're at home, be honest with yourself, right? This is too hard for me. This is too easy for me, right? Push yourself because only you can know yourself, right? But don't let yourself slack. All right, let's do it. So for these, I've got a bar, so I'm going to do them this way, but just 3 sets of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. right, 2 more sets. So for me, this is right at the edge of where I can lift, right? Now, it might not be the most impressive thing in the world, but it's where I'm at. And I'm honest with myself in knowing that this is where I'm at. So that last 2 are really pushing to get me to the end, right? And that's why we're doing sets of 10. So for me, I'm gonna take this time, I'm gonna rest a little bit more, I'm gonna shake my arms out, right? Because I know that that is close to what I can do, and I know that I got 20 more of these to do. Now remember, the only ones that count are ones that you can do with good form. So if you can get that last one, but your elbows are doing fancy stuff and your head's trying to help and you're bending over to bring your arms up, that's bad form, right? That's not helping you. Be honest with yourself, know that that's not helping you, and if you can't get that last one, then don't do it, all right? Your max limit is the max that you can do holding proper form. All right, so we're gonna get back into this. Let's get 10 more. Ready? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here I am, petering out, because this is the edge of my limit. 6, so I'm going to keep going as best I can, keep in good form. But if I got to put rest in the middle, 7, and I'm going to do that. 8, 9, one last one. 10. Now for me, I know that that's my limit, right? But I still got 10 left to do. So what am I going to do with that? Well, I'm going to change my weight for the last one. This is why it's important to be honest with yourself. Could I pound out another 10? Sure. Could I pause this video and make it seem like I just pounded through the whole thing? Absolutely. But the purpose of this was to display a point. Nobody's above this, right? Nobody. There is a weight that you can do a couple of, but you can't do 30 of, okay? If you start and you're like, yeah, I got this, and then you get into it and you're like, I don't got this, right? Be honest. Don't hurt yourself. Reduce your weight for your last set if you have to. It's important to get them done. There's a quote I really like on the internet that said that something worth doing is something worth doing poorly, right? Here's what they mean by that. The goal isn't to come out and just have bad form and have a bad time and do a bad job. But if the difference is between not doing it and doing it bad, it's better to do it. Because even if I do it bad and I get 5% of the output that I could have had if I did it right, that's still 5% more than I would have had if I didn't do it at all. So here's the thing. Is 70 pounds too much for me to curl today? Yup. Today, couldn't get the last 10 in. I did it 20 times, couldn't get the last time. Is that okay? Yup. Alright, what did I knock it down to? I'm down to 40 pounds. Right? Because I don't have 15s, unfortunately. I would like to have 15s. But, here we are, working with what we got. Okay? So I'm going to do 10 more. And if I feel like I don't feel it, I might add a couple reps because I don't have the weight that I want. So here we go. Getting into it. For 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now again, I'm not feeling that one as much as I could be, so all I'm going to do is adjust where my weights are at. All right, make sure they're in a good spot. I'm going to do 5 more. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So that's our Monday workout for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoy doing these workouts, make sure you check out some of our other Monday workouts, right? I also post on our Facebook page a workout every Wednesday. With that, that's all I've got. Keep on getting after it. Keep on sweating. You guys are awesome. You are dismissed.